Hey everybody, my name is Warwick and welcome to Warwick Reviews. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be checking out a really cool product from Free League Publishing, which is the Alien RPG, which has been updated to an Evolve edition and been lucky enough to be sent over some of their products. So we're going to do an unboxing and show you what's inside and what it's all about. But before we do that, hi, hope you're doing well. Again, my name is Warwick and I don't just do reviews, although you will find many reviews and unboxings on this channel, but also find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Warwick, and also various sessions where you may be. But like I said, we're going to be checking out Alien, a role-playing game, which is the Evolved edition. So let's get stuck in. Right, we're going to go through the Alien, the role-playing game, sort of, but everything you can get currently from Free League Publishing. So the first bit we've got here is the starter set, Hope's Last Day. So there we go. That's that just there. It's a nice little box. As it says, starter set. So this is basically everything that you need to start playing the game. So you've got back here, the sort of main sort of blurb with all of this is toppling charts and capturing hearts. Since its release, Alien, the role-playing game, has become a fan favorite across the globe, inspiring new standards for horror and sci-fi RPGs, while winning a dozen top awards over the years, including Best Game at the ENNIE Awards. So I will say, I'm sure it's obvious, but I have to say, this is a horror game that includes dark and violent themes. It is not suitable for children, so please bear that in mind. I did watch Alien when I was very young, but that's fine. But anyway, yeah, so here is the sort of blurb of all of it. So now the time has come for evolution. Alien, the role-playing game, Evolved Edition, expands upon the original experience and provides an updated and revised vision that will feel fresh for rookie and veteran players alike. This completely new starter set is designed as the perfect starting point for role-playing in the Alien universe, containing everything you need for your gaming night. So that's what we got in here. So what we got is rulebook or rules booklet with abridged Evolved Edition rules, expanded edition of the fan favorite Hope's Last Day adventure, a huge double-sided map, 5 pre-generated characters, and playing cards for gear, combat, initiative, etc. 10 engraved base dice and 10 stress dice, useful supply dial for keeping track of resources such as air, ammunition, and time, rules reference sheets, cardboard tokens for character and creatures, and a high-quality plastic miniature of a xenomorph. So as it says, the starter set, everything you need to start the game is in here. Really like the art. They've done a great job with the Evolved Edition, with all the updates, with new arts and stuff, and it's fantastic. Really cool. And there we go. There's just as we said there is. So got bits and bobs here. So the main thing is the little xenomorph model. And if you've used Free League in the past, models are very high quality. So there we go. There they are just there. Really nice. Very cool. Playing cards. And we've got we've got the cards just here. So sort of various things here. So the stress response. So like jumpy, when you push a skill roll, you gain +2 stress level instead of +1. So these cards, depending on how you play the game, will make your game a bit more stressful, because as it's sci-fi, it's horror, it will be a stressful game. We've also got some others, initiative as well, weapons. So you've got different weapons, so it's sort of plasmas, there you go. Someone wants an RPG launcher, there we go, just there, nice. The dice, which is made just for the Alien franchise. So you can see a little face icon just there. Different dice depending on what you're doing and stuff. So you've got 2 sets there, different kinds. Player tokens and dial, as I said, so keep an eye on things. So different player tokens and enemies and ships as well. And the backs just there. So you may not know, but with this was actually a Kickstarter for this sort of Evolved Edition. So this is a nice little pamphlet about sort of how it's sort of very basic how it starts just here. But it's actually really cool because it has a big special thanks to the top Kickstarter backers. A lot of names on there and the back as well. So that's really nice to see. Just a little thanks to the people who did back this. Here's the rules of Evolved Edition. This is like a bridged edition as the game, as the back said. So this is the main stuff that you need to start off. It's not the main rule book. We'll get to that in a second. There's the full game just there. Look at that. But it's a bridged version. All you need to get started. And it's nice, clear, nice art and stuff just there. So easy to follow exactly how to do things. There's your sort of pre-made adventure in the book as well. So there's Hope's Last Day. And it's got everything you need. Characters, maps, etc. to play the game. I won't go too far in case I spoil it. Again, really cool art. The xenomorphs, how to sort of attack them. Final horrors. Always sounds great. Rules reference. So different reference cards for each player. So how rules work. So it's nice and sort of easy to hand. So both sides as well, how all the dice work. So if you are in a pinch, you need to have a quick look. There you go, rather than go through loads of pages of a book. And then you've got the pre-made characters just here. So you've got your stats and stuff. So you're doing different characters, sort of personality, ages, career. So for example, security office, Morgan, Hish, just be a colonial marine, discharged, what talents he's got, strengths and abilities and wits and empathy, and sort of equipment as well. So you can pick one of your pre-made characters you want to. Overall map of the sort of the world or the part that you're playing in. So different bits in bobs and stuff like land and platform, different offices and housing. So bits and bobs. So okay, we need to get to A to get to D to C to get to whatever, you know. So you got that there. Then you've got this really cool map, which is basically the map that expanded basically. I don't know if this will fit in the whole camera, but we'll try to show you. So yeah, so it's quite large. This is only showing half of it. So different storage rooms and stuff. So you actually put your characters there, so you can sort of see where each bit goes and stuff, just that. And if you want to know, you've got the stars on the middle heavens. You can actually see the outer cores and the inner cores and sort of the outer worlds if you really want to, which is really nice. So that's really cool. Nice quality as well. Feels like it would take a lot of sort of beating and sort of moving about and stuff. And then we've got the other map as well. So we've got different levels. So again, sort of play area, different things there. And then another map with sort of like the ship available. So that's basically the starter kit. Really cool. Again, you've got exactly everything you need in here to start a game. But there is more. So also we've got other bits as well. So a few sort of different parts and stuff. So one of the things we've got, the game mother screen. So you aren't a DM, you're not a GM, you're not any sort of like that. You are the game mother in Alien. And this is the screen for it just there. So a deluxe game mother screen in landscape format for the official Alien role-playing game. It features the look of the mother ship intelligence interface panel on the outside and a host of useful tables and important information on the inside, while keeping the GM's plans hidden from the eyes of the player. So you are GM, but you're the game's mother rather than game master. So yeah, as it said, this is basically the screen. If you know Alien, you'll recognize this very, very much. Really cool. Nice attention to detail. And then inside, you have sort of quick action, similar to like that sort of like quick like pamphlets for the players. You've got your own sort of with your boards, mainly sort of how to mess with the players and stuff. So all information there. It's just like that, just there. So you're playing there so they can't see your stuff and they just stare at the mother. Pretty cool. So you got that there. Then you've got the core rule book. So this is what we sort of talked about a little bit earlier. So this is the main book. As you can see, a bit more pages in it. Just there. Really nice quality. Again, really cool art and stuff. Sim sort of thing, talking about, sort of talks about the evolved edition of what is different about it. So I go through a little bit just here. So this expanded core rulebook includes new artwork, new content, and various new tools for players and game mothers alike, all fully compatible with previous releases. So that's one of the good things about this is, even though it's evolved edition, it still worked with the previous editions as well. So you're not having to buy one and then it's not obsolete. You are able to buy, pick and change how you want to play it. So this is a bold new graphic design, life, path character generation, revised and expanded core rules for stealth, stress and panic, reworked combat rules for armor, ammo, grenades, stuns and spaceships, new iconic weapons, ships and locations from the hit film Alien Romulus, new rules and tools in high demand from players including zero gravity, miniatures, play support and expanded campaign play. And then we've got the Tartarus sector campaign setting, and Last Survivor, a robust solo mode for playing without a game mother. So one of these things with these games is they're very dependent normally on having more than one player. Sometimes you have to have 3 or 4 more. This, as it says, called Last Survivor, which is solo play. So if you don't have anyone to play or you have a quick game, you've got solo play, which is great to see. So it seems like a lot of cool things here, sort of made updates to what's needed. We've got many, many pages. We've got over 300 pages of stuff. So you've got all the information. You've got Tartarus sector just there, sort of the worlds and different things that could happen in the worlds. And then with each sort of every other page, you've got different really cool art and stuff. Really amazing designs. Just that is absolutely stunning just there. Sort of Tartarus sector again. Different sort of corporations and governments and stuff. And then the sort of stress and horror about how the games work, non-player characters, so NPCs, the ships, different players, the weapons, which is obviously very handy in this type of game, just there. Oh my god, the arts, I can't believe it, can't get over it. Like, it's absolutely incredible. But yeah, everything you need here, different characters and stuff. So this is the full rule book. So if you want to start a whole campaign, you've got all information here and a good quality, really, really nice. So that is the core rules, the Evolved Edition. And then we have a cinematic adventure. So this is called Rapture's Protocol. Absolutely incredible art. This is an adventure that is designed for 3 to 5 players, plus the game mother, and returns to the roots of an Alien franchise. It features the crew of a small star freighter on a resupply run to the remote Jeremiah 6 industrial colony, soon embroiled in a deadly conflict. So this box set right here has the main Rapture Protocol scenario book, a huge double-sided map, 5 pre-generated characters to choose from, playing cards for personal agendas and NPCs, cardboard tokens for characters and creatures, and player maps and handouts. Open that up. So again, similar sort of thing to like starter set, but this is sort of your own sort of adventure called Rapture Protocol. So player cards and different things on the back there as well. Set of cards. There's a little cat there, adorable. So different sort of person. So your agenda, so for example, York, damn it. This was supposed to be an easy last mission before a cushy desk job on Earth. Now there's something strange running around on the ship. Stay back and let the crew deal with it. So you have personal agendas throughout this. So for example, York is the captain and your agenda will be let the crew sort out. You're the captain. So you would have to try to play that in there and that will give you sort of, you've got the book. So this is Rapture's Protocol Adventures. So exactly go through it, how the game works and everything else, how to play through, which is really cool. Incredible design just there. So for the GM, sort of go through is okay, this is where you are, this is what's going to happen, etc, etc. So more of a linear sort of story. But there, if you want it, you've got some place cards as well. So depending where you get to the game, you've got these place cards, which is designed with sort of the style of Alien, which is really, really cool. Just that. I don't want to spoil too much, obviously, but that's that there. Maps as well. So sort of the Jeremiah 6 sort of outer realms. And also sort of like inner workings and tubes and stuff. It looks great for aliens, doesn't it? And then here's your characters. So exactly, so here's York, as we saw earlier. So Benjamin York, who's the captain. Really, really cool art. And you've got different place cards you can choose from. And then on the back, you have their skills. So players can pick and choose what they want and what things they have throughout the mission. And then more double-sided, huge maps. But you can see some just there. So again, you can play it there and all that stuff on both sides as well. So with all these big maps, they look like they're designed for miniatures. And you are correct. So with this particular set, we saw it in the starter set, but with this particular set, it doesn't come with the miniatures in it. You can play the game without miniatures, but is with the Evolved Edition, they have designed that you can play with miniatures now. We have this to accompany Rapture's Protocol, which is the miniature set. Just there, which is really cool. So, obviously, you can't fit all these in that box, so to put the other miniature set just here. We'll open it up. So you have basically all the miniatures that you need, all the players, all the different player characters, NPCs as well, and aliens and enemies and things that you may fit into the game just here. You also have some sort of RPG skirmish rules as well in here, and sort of cards, so extra sort of tokens as well if you need them. Miniatures just here. Again, really nice designs. Very, very cool. I'm just geeking out all the alien stuff. But yeah, you got that there. Again, you don't need to have miniatures to play. It is built for both players in mind. But if you're playing, you go, you know what? I really want to get some miniatures. You got these here. And again, you can use these for other games. It's not just for Rapture's Protocol. You can use it for others. But yeah, that is it of the Alien Evolved Edition sort of sets and stuff they got. So back to me. So that was a little inside unboxing of all the Alien role-playing game sort of products you can get from Free League Publishing with the Evolved Edition. So you've got a starter set, you've got miniatures, you've got expanded edition and stuff. And yeah, I'm in love. Alien's one of my favorite ever franchises. I've grown up with the movies, with the TV series, with all the products that's come from it, good and bad. And it's so good to have Alien in the role-playing game. I've played it for a number of years, and to see the Survival Edition with enhanced sort of things, sort of making things a bit better, sort of fine-tuning it, streamlining it. Really great bunch of products. Free League Publishing have done a great job, and there's something for everyone to get started. You know, solo play, there's group play, you've got miniatures, you've got all sorts. And I really think if you haven't played Alien, play Alien. It's fantastic. And if you have, check out the Evolve. You might enjoy it. And again, it's brought up to sort of more current day with the sort of franchises, so like Romulus and stuff. So I think everyone will have a really great time, wherever your skill level. But thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Warwick, and I don't just do reviews, although you will find many here, but also on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Warwick, and all socials where you may be. But thank you to Free League Publishing for the products, and thank you for watching. Please take care. See you very soon. Bye-bye.